The August war between Russia and Georgia drove a wedge between the Bush administration and Russia's new leadership. A war Moscow believes Georgia would not have fought without US knowledge and support. But it was during the Bush-Putin era that relations first soured. Washington's decision to site a missile defense system in Eastern Europe, along with NATO's expansion into post-Soviet space, has angered Moscow and strained ties. What Russians want to know now is whether things will be any better under Obama or McCain.
There is more hope that Obama will have a better cooperation with Europe, and this will be better for Russia, because I think what is missing in the Western policy these days is a good understanding.
Many Russians are cynical about how much the US really knows about them, with state media often returning to a number of well-publicized gaffes by US politicians.
Medvedev, whatever.
Yes.
Yes.
President Putin of Germany gave one of the old Cold War-style speeches.
But some Russians think the country has a lot to learn from the US election process. Daria runs a website dedicated to all things Obama.
We have different people and a different public to the US. We do have some women who get high positions, but the presidential race here is still male-dominated. We have to grow and learn here in Russia.
And in this American grill, the US election has got people talking.
For the relations between our countries, this means a lot.
America is a big country, so the presidential election is very interesting. The US has always competed with us, so who becomes its leader is very important to Russians.
Despite the political differences between Moscow and Washington, American culture is still well received here in Russia, from the not-so-humble burger to fast cars. Few more quintessentially robust than the US Hummer. How much is this one? Long gone are the days at the end of the Soviet Union when all things American were new and exciting. When McDonald's first opened in Moscow in 1990, people queued for hours. Now Russia's on its own 2 feet. Some analysts feel that the country has become a parody of the US.
We are anti-American because we want to be exactly like Americans and want to do exactly the same, and we are angry that Americans, for example, are allowed to invade minor nations and we are not.
Modern Russia is a Western-style consumerist society. As the country grows economically, its leaders are keen to show the US that it's a political and military force to be reckoned with. But whether the two countries work together or oppose each other is firmly hinged on the relationship between Russia and the next American president. Neave Barker, Al Jazeera, Moscow.